what next. Post obviously the election upset that's taken pretty much everyone across the board by surprise. We basically look at a more medium to long-term outlook on potential kind of tailwinds as well as headwinds from a Trump regime, i.e. also Republican kind of sweep of both the House and the Senate. Focus on pretty much all the things that used to work before. Basically everything that basically worked in a yield compression environment is probably going to be the things that are going to be underperforming over the next kind of 6-7 years, right? So that's definitely something to look at. So, all the tech leaders, the FANG stocks are probably going to get defanged. All the high divvy ETFs, the low vol ETFs, the flows into EMs, these are all going to be things that is going to take a while for this mind shift to actually occur in the market, but you can expect those to come under a lot of pressure, and a lot of other things that have been out of favor are going to come back and take the limelight. So we do a quick run through on the different kind of themes that you can potentially look to play or think about given a Trump regime, from repatriation of U.S. offshore kind of capital, the profits that have been offshore for quite a few years. There could be some kind of tax amnesty deal that allows those companies to bring that back in. They could either do special dividends with that cash or do buybacks or some kind of M&A activity, but make use of that cash, which has basically been sitting on the sidelines. There's obviously the whole infrastructure spending theme, which is going to come through. I think that will take a lot longer to play out than a lot of people are thinking. Potentially some package will be put into place by 2017, but it actually won't come into effect until 2018. We show how much the financials have basically been lagging. When you look at an ETF like IYF, over the last 10 years, drastically, lagging the S&P 500. When you look at banks such as Citi, such as Goldman, such as Morgan Stanley, it's probably going to be that sector, one of the most prevalent ones to outperform over the next 3, 5, 7 years of the next kind of cycle. But I think the main point we're trying to emphasize on a lot of the different pathways is the shift that we basically gotten in just the space of 1 week is huge. You're basically moving from a regime that was anti-business, heavy in regulation, to potentially one that's going to be very, very pro-business, very, very light on regulation. And also the fact that for the first time since 2006, you actually have a presidency that's actually aligned with also the same party having full control of both the House and Senate, i.e. Congress, which actually means you're going to have initiatives that are actually going to be passed. Not saying anything's going to be a smooth ride by any means, but compared to where we've been before, I'm extremely, extremely bullish on economic prospects for the U.S. and the macro environment in the U.S. I think the tricky thing is, how to actually profit from that, what trades make the best sense, over time, and that's what we try and highlight in this week's Macro Monday. Hope you enjoy, and wishing everyone an excellent week up ahead.